Welcome to this session of Ananda Yoga. Today I would suggest that we can work and do our yoga practice on the theme of energizing, energy. Why energy? Well, our well-being in all circumstances, but especially when we're in times of crisis, such as the times we're going through now, where we're under lockdown, there's a lot of uncertainty, there might be a lot of additional stress. It's important to keep high levels of energy. They're associated with well-being. And actually this corresponds to a physical reality. You may notice how in different languages, when people are depressed or not so well, they'll say, I'm feeling down. And this is the case in many languages. In Italian, they say, mi sento giù. In French, they say, j'ai le moral dans les chaussettes, which means my mood is in my socks. So it's this downward movement of energy. And actually, you feel your body slouching and you just, and you feel tired. And actually, when you're feeling up, you know, things are sunny side up. Mi sento su in Italian. In French, we say, je me sens au septième ciel. I feel in seventh heaven. So this is because feeling energetic with upward movements of energy is associated with well-being. Also, health in many traditional medicine, in particular Ayurveda and Chinese medicine, is associated with a good circulation of the energy in the body. Energy is called prana in Sanskrit. In Chinese, it is qi. And a lot of disease is considered to be because energy is blocked. So that's why having good circulation of energy and having upwards and high levels of energy can help us feel good. So that's what we're going to explore today through a variety of exercises, so the yoga postures, but also breathing exercises and special series of exercises created by Yogananda called the energization exercises. So that's a little idea of our program for today. We're going to start with a breathing exercise called Kapalabhati, and this is something where you may want to blow your nose before you do it, because it involves breathing out quite with force, with tone out of your nostrils. So I invite you to maybe blow your nose with a tissue, and I'll show you how it's done before doing it together. It's basically, you're seated comfortably, and it goes like this. You might see this movement of my abdomen. You're basically trying to press your abdomen in, almost as if you wanted to press it against your spinal cord and a little bit up. And this creates a movement of the diaphragm that expulses the air from your lungs. We're going to do this in several series of 12, and then take a pause between each one. So you breathe out forcibly, but the air will come back in just naturally from this natural reaction to the expulsion. It creates a call for more air to come in. So that's nothing you should be forcing. So make sure you're seated comfortably with a straight back, shoulders relaxed. You might want to close your eyes and breathe in through the nose. And then you breathe out. And pause. Pause and feel the effect of this breathing exercise. And one more time, take a deep breath in. And pause. And feel how you're maybe activating this fire around the solar plexus and bringing warm, heated energy to your brain and whole body. And one last time, take a deep breath. And pause. And just feel. And before you open your eyes, I invite you to imagine or become aware of a situation in your life where you just want to bring a little bit more positive energy. Maybe an area where you felt a little bit down and you want to just wash away this sad mood or challenges. And let's try to use our practice today to wash away the clouds and bringing lots of sunny side up feelings. Okay, so as a warm-up, I would like to introduce you to the first half of a series of 39 exercises by Yogananda called the energization exercises. You can stand up to do these exercises, and one of the elements that is important to know in terms of bringing in more energy in the body is the awareness of where this life force, this energy comes from. Now, as I said before, energy is called prana, and prana has different meanings in Sanskrit. It is the breath, it is our energy in our body, and it's also this kind of life force that makes everything alive, animated things like plants and wind and birds and what brings us alive. And the yogis say that this energy force comes into our body through the medulla oblongata, which is the soft part behind the neck here, at the base of the skull. And so you can touch and massage a little bit the soft spot, become aware of it, and visualize, imagine that this kind of energy that surrounds you can come into your body through this door. And what's interesting is when you think about it, that part of the brain that's right there behind it is the first part of the brain that develops in the fetus, as if that's really also physically where the life force comes into our being when we're first being formed in our mother's womb. So that's quite a nice idea. Another way of bringing up energy is using the mind, the force of the mind, and affirmations. And that's why the energization exercises start with an affirmation, a kind of, one could say prayer or something, but the word I know is scary for some, but it's an affirmation that helps us really set the intention and energize more efficiently. And the affirmation goes like this. You can say it closing your eyes, you can repeat after me mentally or loud if you wish. And it's a kind of invocation of this life force. Oh, infinite spirit, fill my body with thy cosmic energy, my mind with concentration and determination, and my soul with ever new joy. Eternal youth of body and mind, remain in me forever and ever. So you're really calling upon the energy to fill your body, mind, and soul. So how do these energization exercises work? They work by contracting our muscles and then releasing. So I'll guide you through some of them and you'll see what it means, but there's a gradual tensing of the muscles, low, medium, high tension, and you can feel to the point that your muscles vibrate, and then you gradually release that tension. So we'll be playing with that. We'll also be using, in some exercises, something called the double in-breath And then double out breath. A lot of words. Now let's go into the practice. So to do the first exercise, you open up your arms and you're going to, we've done it before in previous classes, but you're going to come down with a double out breath, relaxing the body, and then tensing all your muscles from toes to head, opening up, really vibrating, and again, tensing, opening, vibrating, release. Again, and a couple of more times, really feeling the energy, the flow, and relax. And come down. Maybe you start feeling a little bit of tingling in your body, and that means you're in the right direction. Now bring your weight on your right leg. I'm going to be doing a mirror pose, and we're going to tense the forearm and calf. And we're going to do so with low tension, medium, high tension, and then you vibrate. You can imagine a laser beam at the heart of your muscles here in the forearm and calf, and then gradually release. And now we do the same thing with the thigh and upper arm. Low, medium, high tension, vibrate, and release gradually. And then again, calf and forearm, tensing and releasing. Thigh and upper arm, really tensing and releasing. One last time. Calf, forearm, release, and thigh and upper arm, and release. And now we're going to do the calf and the forearm on the other side. Low, medium, high tension, vibrate, and gradually release. The thigh and upper arm. Low, medium, high tension. Imagine a laser beam at the heart of the muscle and gradually relax. And then again, calf and forearm. Squeeze it, feel it, and relax. Thigh and upper arm. Very intense, very deep. Relax. And now the same thing, but with both sides at the same time. So calf and forearms, squeezing. Yogananda says the stronger the will, the stronger the flow of energy. And then thigh and upper arms, again, squeezing, low, medium, high tension, vibrate, and gradually release. Calf and forearms, squeeze and relax. Thighs and upper arms, squeezing, tensing, and relax. One last time, bottom, and then top. Now the buttock and the chest, starting on the left side. So squeezing the buttocks and chest. Again, low, medium, high tension, vibrate, relax. The right, relax, left, relax, right, squeeze it, and then left. You can imagine the energy flowing from the back of your neck into those body parts. Relax. Imagine floods and floods of fresh energy flowing in. And relax. Now, a tricky one, very subtle. We're going to recharge the back. Imagine you're squeezing just this muscle here. It might be hard to isolate, but just use it on the left side, your left side, and then the right side, and then left. You're feeling a slight tension. You can almost lift a bit your foot, right, left, and right. Now the middle part of the back, kind of squeezing below the shoulder blade. Relax. And right. And left. And right. Left. And right. And now below the shoulders. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Hands on your shoulders. And we do nice circles. Really opening. And as you do that, you're bringing lots of energy in your shoulder joints, and then the other direction. And now let's recharge the neck. Tensing the throat. You're really like squeezing the throat. Relax. Again, 3 times total. Relax. And last time. Relax. And now squeeze the left neck. I'm doing a bit of a strange face here. Relax, right, left, right, left, right. And for it to relax, to tense the back of the neck, you bring your shin forward, and with a double in-breath through the nose, you lift up your head against some kind of resistance, as if you're pushing against something, and then relax again. One last time. And now tense your neck, and you're really recharging the neck by making little circles as if you're pressing against resistance in one direction and then in the other. And then make bigger circles with your head. And opposite direction. We're now going to bring energy to our lower vertebra and spine by doing a twist. And so you're sending your shoulders in one direction, the hips in the other. And this brings a lot of energy to your lower spine. So being gentle with your body, doing what feels right, but this should be creating heat. Okay, now open up your legs a little bit, lengthen the spine, arch your upper back a little bit, and then we're going to be rotating, making nice warm up around the spine, and then in the other direction. And then stretch up and out to the left, and to the right, to the left, to the right, and one last time. You're not bending forward, you're just reaching up and a bit to the side. Perfect. Now let's imagine you have two laser beams going through your wrists. And we're going to bring energy in each vertebra, walking up like this, the spine. And really feeling your whole spine is waking up. Perfect. Now bring your two fists facing one another, and we're going to do a movement like this. And an important thing in this movement is that you're not shifting your whole body. The hips stay forward. You're just turning with your upper body. And your fist is hitting the corner of your chest. And your head is following the movement of the hand. And you're feeling a nice warm up in the upper part of the back. Ah, nice. We're nearly done with our little energization exercises. Now we're going to make a little massage of the medulla oblongata. You're going to bring your fingers together, the three fingers in the middle of each hand, bring them together, and they're going to come here and massage that soft part behind the skull. 3 circles in one direction like this, and then 3 in the other. And then from there you bring your head down, and with a double in-breath, you open up, pushing your fingers in that little cavity. And breathe out again. You do 3 circles in one direction, 3 in the other, really massaging that part of your neck. Breathe in. And breathe out. One last time. And another direction. Breathe in. Opening wide and breathe out. Now clasp your hands above your head, and we're going to recharge the biceps, bringing lots of energy by tensing with low, medium, high tension. Vibrate and then release, and then to the right and left. Relax, right. Again, the stronger the will, the stronger the flow of energy. left, and right. And one last exercise. This is the first half of the series, so there's more, but this will be enough for today. We're going to take a double in breath and tense the whole body. And now we do the 20 body part recharge, which means we start by tensing just the left foot, squeeze the left foot and relax. Now the right foot, squeeze it, relax it. The left calf, tense, release. The right, tense, release. The left thigh, the right thigh, really warming it up with a laser. And then the left buttock, the right buttock, the lower abdomen, you're squeezing in your abdomen, inside, relax, and then your upper abdomen, really sucking in your stomach almost into your rib cage, relax. The left forearm, relax, the right forearm, the left upper arm, the right upper arm, the left chest, the right chest, squeezing and relaxing, the left neck, right throat, back of the neck, and one last time, big double in breath. Tense the whole body and let us just feel for a little moment. If the body parts feel a little bit more vibrant, you might feel a little bit warmer. That's a good sign. It means you've attracted more prana into your body. We're going to do a little stretch before we go into our postures. So I invite you to come with your weight on your right foot and take your left leg and try to hold it like this in your hands. Feeling a nice stretch. And then in this direction, relax. And let's just come down and warm up a little bit the opening of our thighs. Okay. And we're ready to go into our postures. So take a moment to center in your mountain pose. Closed eyes, feeling your body, feeling ready to explore the energy flows. And we're going to start with a position which is the dancing Shiva pose, Natarajasana. And I'll show you the position before we go into it together. Here is what the position looks like. So in the position, you want to avoid opening the hip like this. You may choose to do it in front of a wall to help you keep the balance. But basically your hips are parallel to the floor and not opening. And your knee stays close, aligned with the other leg. Good. So to go into the position, bring your weight onto your left leg. And you're going to open your right hand in this way. You're opening it so that your thumb goes from the front to the back and the palm of your hand facing out, right? And then you can clasp your foot if it feels comfortable. And that may be as far as you can go. That's completely fine. And if you feel comfortable, just trying to raise your thigh a little bit more. Trying to keep as straight a back as possible. And breathing deep to keep your posture, making sure your left knee is not locked back, but is a little bit soft. And breathe, feeling a beautiful opening of the chest here. So this is a dance which is still. And the affirmation is, I move through life anchored in myself. So the energy is moving all the more because I'm anchored, I'm grounded. When you want to come out, you can just come down and come back in your mountain pose and feel. Maybe there's a little bit more action, more warmth, more opening in your right chest, behind your right shoulder, in your right thigh. That is energy that has been awakened, that has been stirred. And now you're using that energy to ground yourself. And the stronger you are in your own basis, the easier you can maintain good levels of energy. And now let's do the same thing on the other side. Bring your weight on the right leg. Open up your left hand as we did before. So the thumb goes from the front to the back with your palm of your hand looking out. And then you grasp your foot. Your knee on the right leg is a bit soft. Abdomen nicely tucked in. And you can come down, making sure your leg's not opening to the side like this. Like that, the hips remain nicely directed towards the floor. And breathe. And as you breathe, feel the expansion on the left side of your body. I move through life anchored in myself. And when you're ready to come out, come down and come back in your mountain pose. Feel the warmth that is growing in your legs and in your chest. And we're going to continue helping this energy rise by offloading some of the overburden that we may be carrying. And to do that, I invite you to come into the forward bend. This is Prasarita Padottanasana, where we're going to come down like this, bending forwards. Now, in the first phase, you can bring up your arms, lengthening your spine, keeping your shoulders down, and then start going down with a straight back, so that you come down until you're parallel to the floor, and then you can put your hands on your buttocks. Adjust so that you feel comfortable with the opening of the legs. The knees are soft, the thighs are strong, and as you breathe in, you lengthen the spine, and as you breathe out, you go down, 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 trying to keep as straight a back as possible. The chest is open, especially initially. Breathe in, lengthen, breathe out, go down. Breathe in, lengthen, breathe out, go down. Breathe in, lengthen, breathe out, go down. And then release, let the head fall towards the floor. Your hands can come down towards the calves or ankles or grab your big toes. And just let the weight of your body carry you forward. As you offload any tension, any worry, any stress, no need to carry it. You can tuck in your abdomen, it helps to bend forward more deeply. And relax. The weight of the body is a little bit more towards the front of the feet. And as you relax and continue offloading, you can affirm, I relax and cast aside all mental burden. When you're ready to come out, bend your knees and slowly roll up. One vertebra at a time. Roll open your shoulders and come back into the mountain pose. And feel the sensation of lightening the burden can help your energy levels go up through the body. And to enhance these sensations, we're going to do the triangle pose, which is an amazing posture for, again, activating all of our energy centers. So to go into the triangle pose, you open your legs more or less the distance of one of your own legs and align your feet such that the inside of your right heel is aligned with the middle of the, you're going to do this with your left foot pointing out, so the left heel is aligned with the middle of the right foot. Let me show you where we're going and we'll go into it directly. So in this position, the movement to the side is created not by a bending of the upper body, it's created by the opening of the hips. And here my body is quite straight. The thigh is nice and strong, the knee is not locked, and then you can just let your left hip go down, right hip go up, stretch out your arms to either side, and then let your arms go down and up. You can also open up, kind of press your hips forward in a way that your left hip is opening. And breathe. Also making sure your shoulders not like this, but far from the ears. If it's comfortable for your neck, you can tuck in your chin and look up, but only if it's comfortable for your cervical vertebra. And breathe in the abdomen, ribs and chest, chest, ribs, abdomen. This is a powerful posture with energy being gathered from the floor and being sent in all directions in your body. You're really breathing in. You can tuck in your abdomen and tighten the pelvic muscles to enhance your grounding. Energy and joy fill my body cells. Joy descends upon me. When you want to come out, bring your head back to the center, bend your left knee, pull yourself up with the right arm, and come back in the mountain pose. And feel Feel how maybe the legs and the arms are activated. But in this pause, you're now bringing this energy inside, in your core. And how to do that? Just focus now on your spinal cord. Just focus there. Feel there. And that naturally calls the energy in. And if you want to bring the energy up, because we know that good mood is associated with an upward movement of energy, you just look up and the energy will naturally follow. Now let's do the same thing on the other side. Open your legs. The right foot is open out. The left foot is a little bit tucked in so that your knees align with the toes. The heel is aligned with the middle of the left foot. And again, you drop your right hip, really opening between the hips. Stretch out your arms. Make sure your right thigh is nice and strong to protect the knee. And then when you're really stretched, you can just let the arms go down and up. And breathe. Making sure you're not falling forward, but opening. You can push your hips a little bit forward, trying to make sure your arm is also well aligned. Tuck in your chin and look up. Using the grounding of your legs to carry you up, to push you up, and spread energy through all your limbs. Energy and joy fill my body cells. Joy descends upon me. And bring your head back to the center, bend your right limb, come back up. And come back in your mountain pose, listening intensively. Feel if your body's feeling a little bit more awake. And again, try to bring the energy up just by looking up. We can make a little fun exercise here. Just keep your eyes closed and look up behind your closed eyes. Just look up and see, just try to be aware of how you're feeling. Now look straight behind your closed eyes. Just look straight ahead of you. And listen and feel if there's any differences that you feel. And now look down behind closed eyes. Just look down. Is there anything you feel happening to your energy as you look down? Do you have different sensations? The differences are very subtle, and yet they are there. Look down, and then look up again. And basically, the energy will follow the direction you give it. So if you want to feel sunny side up, it's good to look up. Now let's continue our exercises by going to the floor and continue this exploration of our energy and power. We're going to do a posture now called the boat, which works on the third chakra. It really activates the abdominals. So here is the position, the full position, Navasana. If this is a little bit too much, you can also be like this. If this is also a little bit too much, you can do one leg at a time. And you can also put your hands behind your legs to hold them like this. So maybe I'll stick to this position today, but if you want to go deeper, you can do this. And just stay there, finding a good balance. And yes, this is working on the abdominals. Shoulders are relaxed, back is nice and straight. And breathe and smile. And the affirmation that comes with this posture is, in my every breath, there is infinite power. In my every breath, there is infinite power. And come down. And you can squeeze your legs a little bit. Let's now work on creating a little bit of a flow between the left and right side of the body. And we're going to do this through a forward bend on the floor. You may want to have a folded blanket or a little cushion behind, and you sit on the edge. That can help in the forward bend. Let me show you the final position. Here is where we are heading. Of course, doing what feels right for you. Let's go into the position straight, step by step. Now here I've been really putting my leg completely straight, but if it's too much, you might want to put a little roll blanket or cushion, or just keep it bent. And similarly here, if your knee is not going all the way on the floor, you probably want to put a little cushion or support to make it more comfortable. So adjust the posture to what feels right for your body today. Now, so it starts like this. Take your right leg and place your right foot close to the buttock and open from the hips. Let it go down to wherever it's going down. And then make sure you're facing forward. Open up your arms. Lengthen the back and start going down with a straight back. You can bring your arms down to your side. And initially, you're going down without bending forward. And you may just be here, and that's completely fine. But breathe in, lengthen the spine. Breathe out, go down with a straight back. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, go down. And let the breath be your friend in this. You're just taking your time and going with that flow until you can release the head and shoulders, and the hands come either around the knee or calf or ankle. The important thing is that your hands arrive at the same level. If you're like this, it's not so good. You want your shoulders to be parallel and to be going down in a balanced way. And if you can bring your head, your forehead towards you. As we release all tensions, we're allowing more energy to flow between left and right, right and left. And the affirmation of this posture is left and right and all around, life's harmonies belong to me. When you're ready to come up, you can walk yourself up with your hands. Bring your right knee up and come to a comfortable seated position and listen for a little moment. Feel the difference between the left and the right. And imagine or feel the subtle flow between the left leg and the right leg. A sense of balance. And then let's move on to the next side. So straighten out the right leg. The left leg goes down again with a cushion if you need to. The right leg might be a little bit bent. Making sure you're looking forward, breathe in, lengthen the spine, keeping the shoulders down, like this. Lengthen the spine and bend forward from the hips as you breathe out. You can bring your hands on either side, keeping a straight back, lengthen the spine and go down. Tucking your abdomen to help the forward bend. Breathe in, lengthen, breathe out, go down. And then release the head, let it fall in the direction of the knee, and placing your hands so that your shoulders are parallel to one another, aligned. Your hands should be arriving at the same level. And not forcing or judging yourself, just going with the flow of your breath. And letting the breath unclog tensions, blockages. The breath is energy, and it works like a lubricant and a knot untire. And now slowly come back up, walking your hands to straighten the back. Sit in a comfortable position. And with your closed eyes, let the affirmation of the posture seep in, left and right and all around. Life's harmonies belong to me. Harmony usually comes when things are just flowing, when the energy can just flow. We're going to another posture which brings a lot of energy into the spine, and that's really our core, and that's the arc, Dhanurasana. Now, let me show it to you because you don't want to be looking at the screen while you do that, especially on the side. So here, is the full position. Trying to bring your feet as high up as possible without opening the legs. The knees need to be closed. If this is too much, you can do the half position. So one leg at a time, like this, or like this. Yeah. So either with your head down or your head up. So I'll be guiding the full position from the front, but do what feels right for you. It can be one leg at a time. So clasp your feet with both hands. Breathe in, lengthen the spine and lift yourself up. And trying to bring your thighs up. The abdominal is nice and tight to protect the lower back. And if you feel any pain, of course, come out of the position. Don't overdo it. And the knees try to be as close as one to one another as possible. Really open the chest. I recall my scattered energy to recharge my spine. And a couple of more breaths. Very activating position. And release, come down. You can place your forehead on your hand like this. And also rock your hips from side to side. And come into a counter position by coming back and sitting on your heels. You can also place a cushion like this if the heels are uncomfortable. Or you can also place your fists under your forehead like this. And rest your back. And just feel the energy that has been activated in your spine and is now relaxing and spreading. The spine is the heart of your nervous system. So when you're activated, you can actually help activate the whole body. Let's do one final position, Viparita Karani. So this is a position which you might prefer to avoid if you are a lady in the part of your cycle, during menstruation, because we're going to bringing our legs up. Let me show you the position and then we go into it together. So we're going to be using the blanket as we do in Ananda Yoga when we are going in positions that bring the body up. So the blanket is folded such that the fold is 5 centimeters above your shoulders and that it's still under your elbows. So this is the position we want to go into. It is a position where you're basically cupping your hands and sitting in your hands. Your elbows are as close as possible to one another. Now, the tendency is to be like this, but you want to be like this. If this is difficult, you can do it next to a wall to have some support for your legs. I know this is not an easy position, but it's an interesting one to explore. To come down, you bring your knees forward, place your hands on the mat, and let it roll down. Now, If this is a little bit too challenging, or if you have a menstrual cycle, you can do the fish pose, where you bring your hands under your buttocks, your elbows close to one another, and lift up your chest. This is the fish pose. If you choose to do Viparita Karani, you can make sure you're well positioned on the blanket. This is to protect your neck. Bring your legs up into a 90-degree angle, and then throw them up in the air. Bring your hands behind the lower back, and bring your elbows close to one another and sit. Sit in your hands. And a lot of the weight is going down onto your elbows. This is sometimes uncomfortable for the wrists and elbows, making sure that legs are straight and your body is on the shoulders and arms, body weight. And breathe. This helps release and activate a lot of the energy that is in the lower spine and that can pour down into the spine. Don't look at the screen as you're doing this. And you're awakening this energy. That's why the affirmation is, awake my sleeping children, awake. And to come out of the position, bend your knees, bring them towards your forehead, place your hands on the mat, and slowly roll down one vertebra at a time, bringing your legs down, 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 and enjoying the contact with the floor. And we're now going to go into the final relaxation. Finally, you may want to take the blanket away from under you and place it over you if it's a little bit chilly. Lie down on the floor. Open your feet the distance of the mat, the width of the mat. Your hands are on either side of the body, palms facing up. And just let your body melt into the floor. Take a double in-breath and tense your whole body, squeezing all the muscles and relax. Again, double in-breath, tense everything and one last time. And relax. Feel how each one of your body parts gradually slips away into total relaxation. Stay lying down on the floor and feel how your left foot is slipping away into a deep, deep comfort in your right foot, your left calf, your right calf, this wave of peace coming over you like a blanket over your left knee and your right knee, your left thigh, your right thigh, your buttocks, your lower abdomen. All your inner organs are being swept in this blanket of peace. Your chest, your shoulders, your shoulder blades, your arms. Imagine rivers of gentle, warm water pouring down inside your arms and out of the fingertips. Relax your throat, your neck, your jaw, your tongue and mouth, the cheeks, the eyes, the eyebrows, your brow, your scalp. Feel the cells of each part in your body really relax. And as they relax, they create more space for energy to flow. You can visualize this energy flowing in your body, flooding the cells as a current of light. It's entering your medulla oblongata, that soft part at the top of your neck, the base of your skull, and sweeping through your whole body, this gentle, warm, energizing, revitalizing wave of light. Imagine every cell lighting up as this magical current flows through you. And as it flows through you, it brings lightness, peace, and a sense of joy. And feel how this current, as it flows through your body, flows upward from your coccyx, filling your abdomen, up through your heart, through your throat, and then pouring out to the top of your head. Beautiful, tonifying, activating flood of light going up through you. And just enjoy these sensations for a moment in silence. Continue feeling the lightness that comes from the space and the energy flowing in your cells. Comforted in the knowledge that you have the power to activate that energy through the power of your intention and through the control of your body. By contracting and relaxing muscles, by stretching, by choosing where you look. All of this is in your control. Like an armor against life blows that want to bring you down. You have these beautiful tools that help you protect and enhance your energy. And when you're ready to come back, you can wriggle your toes and your fingers. Stretch your limbs in all directions. Caress your face, massage yourself a little bit. When you are ready, bring your knees to your chest. You may rock from side to side to massage your back. And then lie down on your side, on the right flank. And when you're ready, come up in a seated position. Keeping your eyes closed for a second. And I invite you to listen once more to the affirmation of the energization exercises. This oh infinite spirit, this infinite life force, fill my body with thy cosmic energy, my mind with concentration and determination, and my soul with ever new joy. Let's bring power to that by chanting 3 ohms. And you can visualize yourself in that situation where you need more positive energy, where it's challenging and you want to help yourself. So let's flood you with light and positive energy for chanting of Om. Rub your hands, open your palms, and let's chant Om. Thank you.